Hi, everybody, and welcome to our new segment, Monday Market Minutes. I've got my buddy, John Burke with South Bay Equity Lending. We're doing this via Zoom because we're all in quarantine, just like you, coming from our homes. So, John, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm John of South Bay Equity Lending here in Southern California in Redondo Beach. I'm so glad that we're starting this series because one thing that I know is that I have a lot of questions being on the lending side. I don't have all the answers on the sales and buying side. So we've put our two heads together and we're going to see if we can demystify some of the things that she might not understand and some things that I need to understand a little bit better so we can better serve you.
Exactly. I feel like right now, especially, I've had a lot of buyers reach out to me, and there just seems to be a lot of confusion. I think there's confusion going on with everything in the world as well as real estate. So some of the questions that my buyers have been coming to me with are, how's the market going? Is it still a good time to buy? Are prices going to drop? So we wanted to come at you with this series and just each week kind of break down a little segment. We don't want to take up all of your time. So this week we're going to kind of focus on one of the big questions that I've been getting from a lot of people who either have new mortgages or thinking about refining, and it's forgiveness versus forbearance. So John, you want to touch on that and kind of break down what each are?
Absolutely. So one of the first things I want to address is that rates are still at historic lows. So we're ready to take you. We're ready to help you purchase your new home. That's number one. We're still here. We're still ready for business. So a big question is, where is the market going and what's happening with people being able to repay their loans? So the answer is nobody knows. We were told April 1st we were going to be off quarantine, May 1st, May 15th. Nobody actually knows. What we do know is that a lot of us, one in 10 Americans, are not working. So a lot of W-2 wage earners, they don't know if they are unemployment, is it going to run out by the time they get back to work. So there's a thing that people are worried about, forbearance. So I'm going to try to explain very shortly what forbearance is. Forbearance is when you contact your lender, and it's very important to contact your lender, contact your mortgage servicer, and try to work out a repayment plan with your lender, with your servicer. So now what we're seeing is very recently the FHFA have recently said that there was no one with a Fannie or Freddie loan that is going to have a big balloon payment, a lump sum payment at the end of their forbearance, at the end of the 4 months of a decreased payment. So it's not a non-payment. It could be a deferred payment as well. So forbearance is when you speak with your servicer and work out a plan that you can modify the loan or get a reduced payment, or you can get a deferred payment. It's not ideal. However, it is helpful. It can help you. It's not recommended. Also, I just want to put another footnote. If you can pay your mortgage, pay your mortgage. It's very important because you will be a 30 days late, a 60 days late, and a 90 days late. And you want to avoid that. You don't want to have any lates on anything, and certainly not your mortgage, because you'll have problems. You'll have problems refining and getting a better rate if you want to refi and get cash out. If you want to purchase a new home and you have these lates on them. One late, after 30 days, you almost have two late. So you're constant, even if you pay that second month, you're still behind for the first one.
So during that period, if somebody is granted forbearance, are they getting late fees? Are they marking that on their credit, or is that forgiven at this time?
It shouldn't be marked on your credit because it's not considered a non-payment. Once you've made this agreement with your mortgage servicer, it's not considered a late payment. So you're still on time because you've made the deal. The important thing is to make that phone call. You just can't assume that you've received a forbearance, because that will lead you into foreclosure, and that's when you're going to be in deep water, and nobody wants to be there. So
and let me ask this too: is every forbearance the same? Like with my lender, with Wells Fargo, with Loan Care, are they all one size fits all?
absolutely not. They're all subjective. You can be on a repayment plan, you can be on a deferred payment plan, you can be on a reduced payment plan. They're all different. So it all depends on what your lender, your mortgage servicer is prepared to offer you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then do we see that a lot of times? I remember in 2008, a lot of forbearance ended in foreclosure. Do we see that happening? I mean, I know no one has a crystal ball in terms of what is going on with our country and the world and COVID and all of this. What do we see on the lending side of a possibility?
So far, forbearance is 3 to 4 months. So we're not actually in the that forbearance stage yet. The reason why more people got into forbearance before is because they were given loans that perhaps many of them shouldn't have had. And there was the disparity between the values and the loans. And what happened was, even though you got caught up, your house still wasn't worth anything. You owed more than it was worth. And so a lot of people, they just gave up to get out of it because they weren't able to sell because the homes weren't worth what they owed on it. So we're much better prepared this time. CFPP has made sure that we don't give that people don't receive loans that they can't pay back, and that home values stay on a nice, hopefully 2% every year, so people can still stay in the homes that they deserve to be in.
Okay, I think that's really helpful because I tend to see a lot of just confusion happening where I've had clients say, well, my loan's forgiven and this and that. So I think that that really helps to kind of break it down, John.
So that was something that I was concerned that someone brought up to me. Where do you see the market as far as, are you still selling? Are you still going? I'm getting confused between the city of Los Angeles, the county of Los Angeles. Are you able to do open houses? I know one of the things that we enjoyed is doing open houses together. And I know you have a really nice one coming up very soon in Brentwood, and I'm not available to be there. Please explain what's the situation? Is it city? Is it county?
Sure. Well, it's crazy because real estate has really now shifted into a virtual world, which I'm a younger person. I am so excited to see that we're switching gears and pivoting. And real estate is still happening, whether you're in LA City or LA County, just kind of focusing a little bit on our market over here in the South Bay, of looking at the numbers of Torrance, Redondo, Manhattan, Hermosa. In the month of April, we had 157 properties close. So that means it is still very much a market where we're seeing properties close. We had 189 close in the month of March. So
Wow.
we're not really seeing, too big of a dip. Now, yes, we did have a lot of sellers who at times had to go on withdrawn or hold, because at that moment we were not allowed to actually step into a property because there was too much risk. So LA City and LA County are now actually on the same page when it comes to showings. They prefer virtual, but if for some reason a virtual is not feasible, you can now go with your agent, and two people that reside in the same property can now go tour a property. So if you have a buyer and they've got somebody living in their same house and they want to go tour it together, absolutely fine. You are asked to take the proper PPE with the gloves, the masks, the booties. So we have that aspect, and it's great to be able to do that. But I have to say, I've had a lot of clients reach out to me that they are loving the virtual tours. So living in a digital world and having the technology like we are on Zoom, it's a good time to be in real estate and have these tools.
That's also something I just want to add up on, is that with these virtual meetings we can still reach out to our clients and still give them that personal touch. An email, you read an email or you don't, but the Zoom, you have to pay attention, and we're still able to connect with our clients and with our realtor partners. And so I agree with you. The virtual is really, it's helpful. It's just another way to stay in touch with people and connect. There's eye contact, and I like it.
Exactly. And I think for a while, at least for the sides of Brokers Open and open houses, it's going to probably stay this way as going virtual, because the fact that with the governor's orders and everything, we don't want to have gatherings, and it works.
All right, this is all good stuff. So I feel very good. I feel like I've found something out today. I'm glad to hear that that there are actual regulations, so to speak. So people, they're now prepared. They just don't go in and out. And some people, there's like, even when you go to a restaurant, if you get anything to take out, you must have a mask. So people are now prepared that when they go see a home, they are prepared, and they have gloves and masks, and this isn't something that's new or alien or to them. So that's good information. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, and I think that it's now more than ever is the time to connect with an agent, connect with a lender, because, is it a perfect time for everybody to buy? No. There are some situations where maybe this isn't the right time for you, but you won't know that unless you actually call your lender. And John, are you doing any kind of virtual consultations? I know I am.
Absolutely. So these days, everybody has a computer. If you don't have a computer, you've got a phone. So there's no way to hide. We're going to find you. And it's not about finding you, it's about connecting with you and let everybody know we're still here. I know you're at home. I'm at home. And if you're not at home, you should be at home.
Stay home.
Stay home, stay safe. With that understood, I just want everybody to stay safe out there. We all want to get back to work. I want to see Rita in person. I hope Rita wants to see me in person as well. So if you can, stay at home. And thank you to all those healthcare workers that are making sure that those of us who have contracted COVID and those of us who have not, thank you for making sure that we're still safe and that the world will turn. And I believe, I know we will. We're going to get past this and we're going to get back on track.
I totally agree with you. And I'm excited to continue these with you and come at you guys with new information every week. And we'll break it down by a little bit of topics and, shoot us some feedback and let us know what you want to hear about too. So with that, let's close it off.
Thank you, everybody. As Rita said, yes, we'd love to hear what you've got to say. So let us know. You'll teach us something and we'll all learn from each other. Rita?
Sayonara.